everybody. This is Nikki, Daz, Angel, LaDell, Beeman, and Clint with Clint Speaks, and we're back in the building. Nikki, LaDell, how y'all doing?
What's up? How you doing?
Back on the
Everything's
block like I
good.
never left.
Everything's good. Nikki,
Uh,
me and LaDell, we always glad you're on here, but we really need to hear from you on this one.
okay.
Absolutely.
If you don't, well, I think LaDell wants Nikki to start off, so we gonna continue that thing. I
Okay.
think LaDell bubbling over there, but Nikki,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like some stuff. I'm gonna let you start off, but I'm gonna start it off, but I'm gonna let you start the talking part. It's
Go
just
ahead.
why don't women say thank you when we open the door, Nikki?
Ooh. So y'all got a problem. Y'all got something to say today, huh?
Yes,
Y'all
Nikki,
got
inquiring minds want to know.
they at the dollar store they got the hard fly swatters now.
uh
I just want to raise the back of their weave up and just. But I'm gonna let you.
what's your question, Liddell? What you want to know?
I'm sorry, hit the mic, y'all. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Adele.
I just want to know why y'all make us feel so betrayed when we open the door for y'all. I
It hurt,
feel,
Nikki.
I feel betrayed. I
Oh
feel
my
Nikki,
like my
you
God.
know how
manhood disappears and diminishes and folds up and goes into a suitcase. I just want to know why y'all do
Oh
us
my
like
God. So let me
Nikki.
say this.
We
I
just want to hit
personally
him with the mouse pad and just bang.
Hold on. I
I'm sorry, Nikki.
personally say thank you. I always say thank you. And I say it in a nice way. Unless I feel like it's a pervert behind me. And
Mm.
so with women,
Mm.
coming from a woman's perspective, seriously, a lot of men, not saying y'all, because y'all some gentlemen, I know y'all. But a lot of men these days, when they open a door, that's an opportunity for a man to gawk at you, to look at your butt. It's like they almost looking into your intestines, into your
Mm.
soul, and they make it known. It ain't even just like a little sly look. And everybody says, a man gonna look. I get that, but don't make it to where a woman is uncomfortable.
Right.
I've been walking and a man's opened the door for me, and as soon as he opened the door and I walk past, ooh wee, baby. One dude comes up, baby, man, I know your mama on food stamps. What?
What?
Like, what is that? He's saying he know I eat good. So I said, baby, dang, you so
Mm,
thick. I know your mama on food stamps. That's what y'all
mm,
doing.
mm, mm.
So in order for me to have the door open up for me, I gotta deal with that type of criticism. You know what
Nikki,
I'm
I
saying?
don't usually just cut you off, but
Yeah.
I wonder have there been women that have gotten pregnant behind that line. That is
Man,
one of the most ignorant. Anyway,
he
anyway.
said, dang, baby, you so thick. I know your mama on food stamps. And I'm sitting here like crickets. Seriously? So, Ladea, to answer your question, I do say thank you. If it's somebody that's just being nice, I say thank you. I'm very nice about it. But when I get to all that, and then even if a guy compliments me, I'm cool with that. Dang, baby, you beautiful. I said thank you, and I keep it rolling. My thank you is not as inviting, as
Yeah.
if you would just open the door. I just thank you and I keep it pushing, because the moment that we kind of like reject the compliment, most men get mad about that and they start going off about that. So in order to kind of just cut stuff down, some of them just don't say nothing. It's like if they say thank you, you were inviting you to have a conversation, and we don't want that all the time.
You know what? And the thing that's strange to me though is like I was raised to be a gentleman. That's my grandmother was handicapped my whole life. She was born in a wheelchair, and it was a problem if we didn't open the door. I
Mm.
was raised in a house full of women, and the thing about it is that we did not open that door. It was a problem. And so it's like we were raised to be, gentlemen, not walking in doors before women. As a matter of fact, to this day, my mom and I went to the gym the other day, and well, this morning I got out of the car, and she's coming up the driveway. I'm up to the door before she gets there, but I wait at the door for her, so
Mhm.
just so I can open the door for her. It didn't matter, how far behind she was, and it's
Mhm.
like I'm looking at like a lot of these ladies, and my thing is, and I want to say this being in a disrespectful manner, but just real honest, women have become aggressive and disrespectful too at the
Yeah.
same time, because it's like when I see the aggressiveness of these women, you know, you can't tell. Like even when, like I tell kids all the time, I do this example in a club talk, and I call in a club talk is when we have all of our kids together and we're just hanging out and we have this discussion, and there's this one always sets the room on fire because we have the guys on one side and the young ladies on one side, and the question is asked about because twerking is a thing now, and so the women, you know, they get up and they start twerking. And so imagine if they're at this party or this dance and the women start twerking, and it's a guy, he get up behind him and he put his hands up and she twerking all on him, and he's a handsome, nice looking guy, you know, but she doesn't know that guy. But then another guy that is not as attractive, he'll get up behind her when she started twerking, and then she'll turn around and slap him. And then so I said, and I asked the young lady, I said, so why would you? I said, both of these guys, you didn't know them from Adam. You didn't know neither one of them. But why is it that you turn around and slap the dude who's not as attractive? But you ain't know both of them. So I'm trying to figure out what just happened. And so, and so one of the guys, I said, okay, well, what if she did you like that? Now I'm gonna admit, this young man, he was not appealing to the eye anyway. But he was sitting there. He said, "Well, she slapped me. I'm just gonna slap her too." It was, but it's like, I'm
so
trying
ugly people quickly offended.
But I'm sitting here like the young lady. Now, if we just really have a real conversation about this, you didn't know either one of these dudes, and so just because of what he looked like, that warranted him not getting slapped, and the young lady still could not understand that you were the one being disrespectful in both accounts. You twerking on him. And so my thing is, at the end of the day, you know, now you turn around and want to slap him, and he only did the same thing that the handsome guy did.
Well, he knew he was too ugly to get up on her. That's his fault. He should have known. Stay in your lane, man. You belong on the wall. Just stand on the wall, cross your arms, and nod your head.
You're like, well, that flies wild again.
Man, get
Other damn. Man, we used to play catch a girl, get a girl at elementary, man. And all the fat, ugly girls used to run slow. We used to run straight past. I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, I'm sorry. Y'all know Clint speech got to be real now. You know, UGLY. You got to love yourself. I'm sorry. If you ugly,
but you know, people always treat pretty people better. Because have you ever seen a woman or a man who passed and they be like, oh man, and she was so pretty. So she wasn't supposed to die because she was pretty? Like, have you ever? I've heard this so much. Man, he was gone too soon. Such a handsome young man. So the ugly ones can go?
Wow.
It's always like that. I want to bring up the issue with just people not saying thank you in general. Because I'm one of those people. I'm a gentle lady, right? I can call
gentle lady.
I'm a gentle lady. When I'm going in or out of a door at a gas station, wherever I'm going, if somebody's behind me, I am going to hold the door open. I don't care if I got to even hold the door open for just a little while longer while you catch up. I'm gonna hold the door open because it makes me feel nice just to do something for people. Yeah. Man, I had the door open. It's been a few occasions, but I remember this one occasion. And y'all know I hate to bring up race, but it is what it is. It was two white girls. And they walked in and they just kept walking. They didn't say thank you. They just act like it was supposed to happen. And I always say what used to be a privilege now comes off as an obligation to people, as if I have to do this for you. And so I sarcastically turned around. I said, you're welcome. And they just kept walking. I mean, didn't even care. And so my thing is, people don't have to be nice to you. Thank you. People don't have to open the door for you. Men don't have to be gentlemen. Yeah, some have morals, some have respect, but that's not in anybody's First Corinthians. I mean, yeah, love, true enough, but a man doesn't have to open the door. He won't be charged with the crime if he let the door slam in your face. So to just walk past the person and not say thank you, ladies, that's rude. And for anybody, man, woman, whoever, because I hold the door for anybody. I don't care if it's a man, woman, whoever. But for you just to not say thank you, I don't have to hold the door open for you. You know, I'm doing it because I want to do something nice. It makes me feel good to do something nice. It's
Mhm.
okay. Just say thank you. Keep it pushing. I don't want nothing from you.
I
Hey,
feel these people feel like they're
entitled.
and that was a word. Thank you, brother Clint.
Yep.
That was it.
Yep.
Entitled. You're right. We're gonna take a short commercial break because we are recording audio as well. So we're gonna take a short commercial break and we'll be right back with you. And we're back. So yeah, Liddell, they do feel entitled, man. And just piggybacking off of what Nikki just said. Just thank you in general.
Mhm.
Um, even there, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, y'all might think I'm crazy, but I even get mad at homeless people if I give them something they don't say thank you, man.
I don't care.
Fly
Yeah.
swat, fly swatter. Hey, look here, man. Look here, bro. I ain't have to do that. You know, you ain't been foreclosed that long. You don't forgot how to say thank you, man.
Right.
Don't do that. You know, with all due respect, I ain't trying to be hard on homeless or women. I'm not violent. We're just having fun. But that does kind of offend me. Like, man, you know, it's already hard out here
Yeah.
Mhm.
to even trust that people are, you know, going through. And I'm just using this situation. You know,
Mhm.
you don't know who's playing games, and
Right.
we didn't heard the stories. And I'm not going left. I'm gonna bring it back. But we done all heard the stories of people that were big and panhandling, and then you find out they got a Mercedes around the corner, and
Oh
you
yeah.
know it has been done. So when you reach in your pocket and you give your hard-earned money, and it's like
Mhm.
you just supposed to do that because of how I look, and you know my situation. I don't know you or your situation.
Mhm.
I got children, I got a wife at home, so that ain't cool.
Mhm.
Even when you help out friends, family, anybody, if somebody helps me, man, that's the first thing comes out of my mouth. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you. I hope I say thank you enough to you, Nikki and LaDale, because you all don't have to do what you do. And I just think it's just right to say thank you for doing that. And it shouldn't take November the 25th to say that. You feel
Right.
me?
Yeah.
Right.
Is you know, male or female, somebody does something for you and you know they're doing it out of the kindness of their heart.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do that. Like
Exactly.
they didn't have to do that. Right now, y'all could have been doing something else. I'm grateful for that. And I just, you know, I don't see why people feel that, hey, it's an entitlement. Hey,
Mhm.
it's even when people get married. Hey, now if y'all had this agreement before you got married, I cannot run anybody else's household. I'm not trying to, but there have been some marriages and relationships that have failed because men and women have felt entitled.
Mhm.
You're supposed to take care of me. You're supposed to. We just had an episode last week, Nikki and Liddell, about a dude who felt like he was basically king
A
status,
trophy husband. Mhm.
trophy husband, trophy
Mhm.
husband because he had two wives, three. Was it two or three?
3. He had 3.
Three. And make it so bad. And I'm just gonna say it, and it shouldn't be offensive. He was a black guy and had three white wives, and he stayed at home
One he
and was
ugly
proud
too.
of it. Was it two? It was at least two.
I said one he ugly too.
Oh yes, yes,
Uh,
yes. He was UGLI. He was not gifted. I think that day they was
I'm
making
just
him on the
playing.
assembly line in heaven. They sped up. But anyway, they he this dude really felt like he called himself a trophy husband, Liddell,
Yeah.
because he had three white wives that worked and took care of him. He stayed at home. Now,
Mhm.
one time in that, when me and Nikki read, well, Nikki read went all through, but not one time did I see that he cleans up at home, that he takes care of any children. One of the women said she, it was good, it was all good for her because she needs a helping hand with him anyway.
Mhm.
Um,
mm,
I don't know what all she needs help with, but anyway, I really do feel that people have taken advantage of people's kindness. I know they have because they felt
Yeah.
like, hey, what you supposed to do anyway,
Yeah.
regardless of how you feel. But what makes a person, Nikki and Liddell, after somebody open the door for them, you just walk and keep walking? You don't feel funny about that?
Like you
Like,
said, entitlement, and then too, and it's a two-way street in some circumstances. Like I brought up,
mhm,
the perverts who get behind. Like I know if a man or if men, especially if it's a group of them, I don't want to be bothered. A woman don't want to be bothered.
come on.
So Me personally, like I put on that face. I got a real, and they made fun of me before. I got a real stank face. It's real bad, and I don't try to have it. I'm working on that. I used to teach, and my students said, "Miss Dalton, you got a what she say? It's your resting bee face." I said, "Resting bee face." Anyway, fill in the blank of what bee mean. But
Wow.
she said my resting bee face is horrible. So when I get ready to go in the gas station and I just get that feeling that this guy's gonna try to, whatever. I just walk in and I'm like,
Yeah.
I just have this look like, but if he's nice and he opened up the door, I say thank you. But 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, my gut is always right. If I walk past that joke, go, dang, baby, or something that makes me feel extremely uncomfortable. These dudes are snatching women these days.
Yeah.
People are kidnapping women. People are raping women. People are doing all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know now. It's not welcome over here. I do fight. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Man, woman, I don't care. And so I say thank you. I always respond with a thank you. But when we're put in that position to where we feel like we're being made a piece of meat just so that you can open a door for us, it's like we're receiving something, but we have to deal with the after effect just so that the door can be open for us. And that's not cool. If you're gonna do it with a genuine heart.
Nikki, so LaDell, I'm gonna talk to you, but I'm gonna let Nikki hear it, and so she can respond and you can respond. I There was one female, I think we used to work together. I can picture her face a little bit, but and again, y'all, she was she wasn't as blessed as a lot of females, so she would have been the ones that we ran past at the elementary. But she was frowned up, and it's like, baby, you already look like you frowned up when you ain't frowned up. It just looked like somebody just took the top of her head and the bottom of her face and just started
Stop.
compressing it.
Oh,
It's just, and I said, why do you have to look mad all the time? And I felt her what she said. She said, well, I felt that it was real and it was genuine, but I didn't understand it. She said, I have to look like that sometimes so men won't try to talk to me. And I said, does that work? And she said, yeah.
mm-hmm.
And Nikki, when you just said that, now mind you, that was years ago, Liddell. But when
Mm-hmm.
Nikki just said that, it brought that back. And I'm like, I'm tripping about the ugly part, but I'm saying, dang, y'all really have to do that
Mm-hmm.
as a repellent?
I've gone as far back in the day. I bought a darn engagement ring from the beauty supply store.
Wow.
I used to tell folks I was engaged because I clubbed, and I tell everybody I clubbed, and most men thought that women who club were whores, and that's not the case. I just wanted to dance and have fun. That don't mean I'm taking you home with me. So I had to do certain things. But yeah, when you frowned up, most of the times I would frown up, and you would hear a dude say, "Dang, baby, smile." Something like that. But now, if you came at me and made me laugh, it was cool. I got a sense of humor too, y'all. Let me tell y'all what I did
Yeah.
one day. No lie, I promise you. I went into a store and this man, he was like, "What's up, baby? How you doing, shawty?" I hate that. Please don't ever call me shawty. Yeah, I'm short, but never do. So I said, he was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "My boyfriend, he'll beat me. Don't talk to me." He was like, "No, what's that?" I said, "No, please don't say anything to me." He was like, "Dang, baby, you ain't gotta go through that." I said, "No, it's okay. It's okay." And I just walked. It was so. When I got outside, he came out there. He said, "Man, if you didn't want to talk to me, you just could have said that." But I
Wow.
got when I tell you, like we have to do certain things. And another thing that used to be so disrespectful, and my ladies who walk down on Beale Street can relate. A man will come and grab you by your arm
Mm.
and just grab your arm and like turn you around and talk to you. And so one
Whoa.
day I decided to walk down Bill and grab dudes by their arm. Not just walking out, grab
What?
them, pull them. Yep. And he'll turn around. I said, "You don't like that, do you?" He'd be like, "Man, now what you doing?" I said, "Why y'all do it to us?" And I just
Yeah.
did random guys like that. I could have got fired on. I don't understand why I've done some of the stuff I've done. But women don't like stuff like that. Don't go
Mm.
around touching people. And I'm gonna tell you, and let me tell you what completely turned me out from the club. God didn't say, "Nikki, stop clubbing." He did not say that. Nobody told me. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I was engaged for real. No, was I engaged? I was in a relationship. I was something. This guy came up to me and he was trying to talk to me, and I told him I was engaged. I think I was. And he said, you know what? Just because you said that, he said, I'm going to respect you and I'm going to leave you alone. I said, I appreciate that. He walks off. I don't know what movie he watched. He came back, grabbed my arm, turned me around, and would have kissed me dead in my mouth. I'm such a germaphobe. I did this, and his lips like went right here. And I was so grossed out. It was wet and I looked, and he was just standing there with his hands folded up like this, folded up, and just rocking side to side, looking at me like this. Like, if you say something, you're going to get it.
Wow.
I stopped going to the club. That was my last time going to the club. Period. I was done. So I say that to say that I've been disrespected by dudes, like for real. So when you talking about opening doors and why we got to frown and what, man, it's we go through stuff. For
I
real,
didn't know that.
Shoot,
We're going to take a short commercial break right here, and we want to hear from Nikki and LaDell. We come back. We'll be right back with you. And we're back. Nikki, I hope I didn't cut you off. I saw LaDell about to say something, but okay. LaDell, man.
No, it just seems like on both sides to some degree. And I'm not saying, because I know I'm not like that, but it just seems like it's expectations on both sides, of the fence, because even going back to our original thing about the opening door side, my thing is I just do that out of respect. But it's like it's so many different things that have been said, because sometimes when certain women, they say thank you to who they want to say thank you to. If he looks a certain way or smells a certain way, you might do the extra mile with saying thank you to that person. Or even if it's just a female, because you said something that those two ladies, Nikki, that you held the door open for, they were white. And it could have been the fact that you were a black girl holding the door open for them. They felt entitled, like, yeah, you're supposed to do that. And it's all types of things that happen. But I think it's expectations on people's on both sides. Some women feel like, hey, you supposed to do that for me, and the guys feel like I'm supposed to do this for you. But in the exchange, I believe, going back to what Brother Clint said, it should be some form of gratitude, that actually happens. And we've removed ourselves from just a whole act of gratitude. I'm not gonna hold a conversation with you. I don't do that with women. Just because I open the door for you, I'm not gonna hold a whole conversation. I'm not gonna even have to do the how you doing. I'm just gonna pull the door open. You going, thank you, okay, have a good day. Yeah, keep on moving. And I think that's when it starts getting creepy, when you have that long delayed response and you standing there waiting on something. That goes to a different level of expectation, when you're standing there as if now it's time, you owe me something, that type of attitude. So I get it, but I think on both sides there's a level of expectation. And I have to say something too that I want to really say about the women's side, because women have become a lot more aggressive nowadays than they have been, in past times. And that's the reason why I'm saying, it has been hard for me throughout the years to even strike up a conversation with a lady if I was interested or not, because I don't know what's going to happen. From, it may be some people that are offended. They're just like, they feel like you feel, Nikki, like, oh, here it is. I'm trying to, so the guy is put in this limbo stage, because you don't know what to do, and then, if you do get her attention and she is into you, it's a whole nother level. So I had and I'm gonna share one of my inboxes with y'all. I normally don't do this, but I'm share one of my inboxes. My birthday is February 15th. So it's a day after Valentine's Day. And so this lady, just out of the blue on my birthday, she said, and I don't know if she watched it, she's looking at this or not, but I don't know who. Hey, here it is. She says, you are definitely a respectable guy. And I'm talking about, I'm looking at my inbox. I have had no previous conversation with her. So evidently she's been watching my social media. I'm saying, so you are definitely a respectable guy. What are you doing for your special day? And then I was like, so I'm being nice. So I said, thank you. I'm just relaxing and reflecting. And then she said, reflecting? What is wrong? This is the day you and your partner should have a ball. or was that yesterday? LOL. And I'm like, then I said, LOL. I said, oh no. I said, everything is great. I said, things are going well. I just have an amazing life right now and great people in my corner. And then she said, do explain. And then I said, it's a long day. I said, it's a long story. LOL. She said, well, we must get together and talk about it. I
Oh,
said, I said, so
oh,
I stopped right there with the comment because I'm like, where did this come from? And
I
so,
gotta ask LaDell, was she back in the day? Was she been in the front of the line or the back of the line?
you know what? She'll be in the front of the line. This
Oh
one,
man,
okay. I gotta ask: is she really a she? It's 2023.
yeah, I think she is.
Okay, okay. We need to make sure. I'm gonna have to look. I mean, I'm gonna say it.
I would show y'all the picture,
I
but this,
need
but
to know.
I just clicked on the picture, but I'm gonna have to show y'all the picture.
And you already
So,
married, so I can't be like that with you because I told her there before we got on here, baby. I'm doing full screenings.
there
Let
you
him bring
go.
somebody. You know,
There
you
you
bring him to
go.
your mama,
If you
bring him
need
on over here.
somebody bold like me too, man, I'll come down there with Nikki. We'll check it out. If
Listen,
I see
I told him,
anything circumcised, man, I'm gonna let you know, bro. We in the middle of stuff.
I
You
already
even to play no
said,
game like that.
he gonna be like, let me introduce you to my best friend, girl. We going swimming together. I need to know what's gonna come off in the water.
Exactly.
I need to know.
I,
Exactly.
I
We tell
would
them
show you guys.
Dale wants to see you in a bikini right now. We
I
need to.
would I would show y'all the picture, but I don't want to do that
No,
No,
don't
no,
do
you
I
ain't
have
gotta
don't
to
do
do
it
do that
like
that.
off
You
that.
ain't
Don't
gotta
I
do
have
it
do
to
like
do
that.
that off
You
my.
ain't
that.
gotta do that.
But I'm saying I'm like the conversation. I mean, this is in my inbox, and I hear about women getting the DMs all the time, and I'm like, this conversation. I'm like, wait a minute, what? At first I'm like, okay, but then I started seeing the turn happen in the conversation. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, and it kept going there. So I don't, I'm the type of person I don't like, even though for me it's kind of difficult for me to go out there and just see a woman and be like, because I don't know what to, like I said, I don't know what to say or whatever. But when women get in your DM and they start really doing the stuff that this particular lady is doing, my mind is automatically turned off from there because I'm like, how many other guys you did this to? And I
Yeah.
start feeling some kind of way then.
So
Well,
in
So
20, oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead, Nikki.
Okay, in 2023, women they feel like, shoot your shot, sis. You'll hear a woman say that in a minute, shoot your shot, sis. I'm so opposed to that. I mean, my Bible say a man who findeth a wife. I'm not finna findeth you. You know what I'm saying? Now I am gonna put myself in a position to be found. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna come after you. And a lot of times when a woman puts themselves, and I'm not saying that she's a loose woman by coming to you like that. That's not what I'm saying at all. But a lot of times in a man's mind, when a woman throws themselves at them, they already know they can get some if they want to. So it's like in a man's mind, where's the chase? So y'all pretty much gonna do what y'all want to do when y'all want to do it. My mama used to tell me, and I'm not saying it is right. I don't even know, but my mama said, Nikki, don't ever be the first person to tell a man, "Oh, I love you." All this because when a man sees that you're on that level before he's even on that level, he know he can get what he wants from you. And I'm not saying that that advice is right or wrong, but I am saying that I understand it. So yeah, you have to watch that in Tula there. You're at a place where you're at the peak of your blessings, and so the enemy is gonna send all kind of counterfeit. And I'm not calling her a counterfeit. I'm just saying pray and ask God if that's the person that you should talk to. Because I mean, we don't know. She might be fine, but I mean, she might got 7.5 kids and some more stuff that make her itch and some more other stuff that make her scratch. I'm just
okay,
saying that we need to make sure
Yeah.
I'm
that
scared of that
we're
one.
no, I'm just saying we need to make sure that we're not taking off of what God has for us because right now they're like you here, you at the top. People, you the CEO, you that dude. So yeah, the women they gonna come. They gonna come. We just need to make sure. And the conversation turned when she said you and your partner. She wanted to know what was up. I
Okay,
get
thank y'all.
Now, I got a little different take on it.
okay.
Um, I agree that, like Nikki said, man, pray about it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Which I know you're gonna do that, but just as your brother and your sister, yeah, pray about that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with a woman making a first move respectfully, and I'm gonna tell you why. Now, Liddell, you mentioned something probably 5-10 minutes ago to whereas we don't know what frame of mind people are in. Like,
Mm,
um, open the door for a woman, she don't say thank you. So sometimes they put us in an awkward predicament. But me myself, I'm gonna speak as a man from my perspective. There are times when I was single, I froze when it came
Mhm.
to approaching women. If they looked real good, I froze. And I'm gonna tell you why. Nikki would pick up on this real quick when I say it. I had a self-esteem issue.
Mhm.
Now, somebody that didn't look as good didn't mind approaching me. I approach them and ask, I'll just be myself. But because I was staying with my parents,
Mhm.
I was getting back on my feet financially. Um, at the time, especially because I stayed with my mom, but before I even got my car, I had the Expedition. And the Expedition was not a brand new one. It wasn't a bad looking Expedition. I was still driving right now anywhere. As a
Mhm.
matter of fact, if I had to do this thing all over with the air again, I would drive that Expedition. I said all that to say this. De'Ara, when we was at the rehearsal, and she trips about it now, she said it to a lot of people. She said it online on my lives. Yes, I did ask Clint for his script. Now it was scripts all around her. I'm sitting behind her, but she turned around and asked me for my script because, to be honest with you, Clint wasn't gonna say nothing to her.
Mhm.
I'm
Wow.
looking at this chick with these pretty eyes, and I'm staying at home with my parents. Now, even though I was looking for a house and got approved for a house, I got
Mhm.
tired of telling people I stay with my folks because I
Mhm.
was going through a
Mm.
divorce. So sometimes a woman saying, hey, and speaking, whether it's inbox, because y'all not around each other, how else is she gonna speak to you? Or in person, a woman speaking and just letting you know, hey, I just want to present myself friendly. I want to let you know that I'm approachable. I don't see nothing wrong with that. At the same time, like what Nikki said, be careful, pray about it. Me, LaDell, I can't speak for you. Like you said, that's a turnoff to you. I'm not gonna try to convince you otherwise. I don't think Nikki that would be right for Clint to do that. Nikki, she hasn't done that. But I agree with what Nikki said, man. Pray about it. But as a man, there have been plenty of times where I look at somebody that was very attractive and just froze, man. Like, I
Mhm.
ain't got my stuff together. I'm at home with my folk, man. So she'll probably want somebody like, especially she look like an NBA, housewife or something. It's like, man, what? But hey, I see both sides. I'm just saying,
I was trying to say she one of
there's
y'all mutual friends.
So let me
uh,
let me say this while they're looking. I think I see what De'Ara did is making herself
approachable.
available to be found.
Right. Right.
I think her asking for your script, that was cute to me. That was cute, and that did show, it showed a sense of interest, but it didn't show like, hey, if you take me home right now, you got it, you can get it.
Right.
It
Right.
didn't give that. LaDell, she was already saying, about the partner. And LaDell kind of shaded her. He did. I don't know if he meant to do that, but you did. If I was the one, I would feel really, really, really rejected. I'd be like, forget you, block you. Anyway. But she
Nikki said
said,
it's been a long day.
listen, yeah, it's just a long day. Oh, well, you want to talk about it? It's a long story. Dang, bro. You can't share. Once upon a time,
Oh
I'm
man.
so then he said all of that. So he shaded her, I know, the first 3 times, right? So then she hit him back with, oh, let's link up and figure it out, link up and talk about it. Baby, he done shaded you 3 times already. He don't want to link.
You ain't
Now,
got no more rooster booster.
I I'm gonna say this. Hold on, for those who listening, she might listen. Hold on, I know my friend, and my friend just ain't gonna come out like that and be like, yeah, whatever. So he a little shy, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it could be that Rooster Booster. It could be that, but just kind of back it back. Because one thing about it, and I understand, Clint, I understand what you're saying about self-esteem. I understand that LaDell is a little shy in that area.
Right.
But as a woman, as a strong woman, and sometimes that can be good, sometimes it can't. But I feel like a man knows what he wants. Yes, you can be shy, but if you constantly shading me and you showing me zero interest, I'm out. Like I'm not gonna constantly keep putting myself
Yeah.
out there to make to make you notice me because a man knows what he wants. I don't care how shy you are, you know
Mhm.
what you're attracted to. You know, hey, she looks good. You know this stuff. So by her, kind of constantly pushing at it, she hit him with the partner stuff. She hit him with, oh, well, what are you doing? He's talking about
Mm.
sitting back reflecting. Oh, what? What we reflected on? I needs to know. So then she like, okay. So what we reflecting on? It's just a long day.
LOL.
LOL. Listen, LOL supposed to make it better. Okay, so that's what. Hold on, wait. So that's he shaded on a partner because he said everything's fine. My life is great. Like I don't need you. I'm good already, right? So then, what are you doing? He reflecting. So then he hit her with the long day. So then she said, "Well, what is about long story?" That's 4 times, baby girl.
Man.
Then she
Yeah.
said, "Let's link," and he ain't saying nothing back.
Man, that LOL though. I mean, that would have stood for laugh out loud, but I think that look, I don't like you. You know, that's your LOL.
Right. But then he want to say, oh, I feel away when somebody don't say thank you. Man, you ain't say thank you 5 times. I haven't heard of. I just want to know the problem.
Look, but see now, I probably feel like you feel when these guys be opening the door saying, say all that
You feel
calculated
like a
stuff.
piece of meat, didn't it?
Yeah, all that calculated.
What you looked at the damn booty?
You feel like a piece of meat. Oh, you can't take it,
I'm
can
sorry.
you? No,
No,
can't take it.
I'm
no,
sorry.
because the thing is, when I'm looking at this comment, when I look at how the thread starts, she said something to me, and she said, "You are definitely a respectable guy." I don't know you, so you've been watching my page this
Time
whole
out, time
time.
out. How do we meet? How do we meet? How did you and I meet?
Oh yeah, but see that was
Boy,
different.
no. You watched my page and you was in my inbox and you was like, hey, you seem like a very nice young lady, very respectable. Did you or did you not come to me like that?
Yeah, but that was
And
different because I was looking.
You got LaDell on the stand.
wait.
Did you or did you not?
When he did it, I was so short with Adele. I had such an attitude. I'm like, who's this dude in my inbox? Yeah, I saw somebody posted you on Facebook, and I was like, yeah, I was watching your page. I was like, who's this dude? I was so short. He was like, so do you act? I was like, do I do what? My attitude was shot. If I can go back to the beginning of that thread, and I gotta tell you, Liddell is one of the best friends I got. And he was real loud, genuine. He never tried to come at me no kind of way. He really was trying to work with me, period. But when people come at you like that, it makes you feel a way. So Liddell, the same way she came at you,
Uh-huh.
brother, you came at me like that. But
But
you was on a different thing. Liddell was like, are you married? I was like, no, I just got in a relationship just about a month ago. But he wasn't on that. So what I'm saying,
Right.
Liddell, calm
that's
down,
true.
poke chop. Come on, people.
That's true. However, when you look at this girl Facebook page, you could tell that my discernment was it was
No,
right
that's why I
on.
said pray. No,
'Cause
cool. That's why I said pray. But I want you to be mindful that you done slid in some DMs before, but you had a good motive. You didn't come with the wrong spirit.
that's
Now,
that's
her,
modern day casting. This lady, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all offline because I can tell. So I looked at her stuff. I'm like, I already know what time it is.
I
I
can believe
already
it.
know
Mm.
what time it is.
I
And
can
so
believe it.
versus somebody else, like when we cast people for movies, you'll be surprised. Some of the greatest casting I did, I'll be at a restaurant and I'll look at somebody and I'll be like, you look like you need to be in, and that's how the casting start. But somebody could take that as this dude trying to pick me.
They could because I set up, I was like, who is this dude? And then you was later on when I started working in Atlanta, you was like, oh, well, you want to come, can you come and do this with me? And I was like, well, I'm in rehearsal. He was like, well, I'll fly you out. I'm saying, like, I'm gonna get flew out. Who this is?
You flew it out.
I'm gonna get
Yes,
flew out.
indeed.
But still, I mean, seriously, like if a person don't know, that's how they were, especially when they're used
I
to.
get
I'm
it.
not. Yeah, I'm not used to men disrespecting me in my inbox, thank God, because I don't present myself that way. But I am used to men coming into my inbox. I've had so
Uh-oh.
many men to get in my inbox and say, "Can you teach me how to dance?"
What?
Really? Yes. Can you teach my wife how to dance? My wife, one dude was talking about his wife and get his wife lessons, and it led all the way up to yeah, you in a relationship with somebody. So man, it happens all the time. They'll
Man.
use dance, they'll use acting, how long you been acting, how long, I mean, all this, that's how they open up the conversation. Or they'll try to hit me with something about God and sound real dumb. Like one guy came up to me, my name is Aaron, like in the Bible. My name Nikki, like leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? So I get into
So,
bed, just pray.
some
I was
experience.
gonna ask you about that. So Nikki, I was gonna ask you about that married DM thing. How y'all feel about that? Because I still, my wife told me I go off too much, so I try not to get
What
on
you
too
mean
many of
married
these
DM?
subjects. But I'm gonna tell you about it. Um, Women who say, because we've all seen it on Facebook,
Mhm.
you'll see on somebody when you scrolling on Facebook, you'll scroll down and everybody's seen this post. And you married me, and I wish I would stay out my DMs before
Mhm.
I say something. All
Mhm.
right, all right. I want to get on that.
Okay.
That may be another episode, but I do want to ask y'all about that part. Do
Okay.
not,
Mm.
ladies and gentlemen, men, women, please, ma'am, please, sir, don't take it as if we're being hard on the women. As LaDell and Nikki has already said, this can go either way, and it has been done either way, to whereas people have felt like they were entitled that you do something
Mm.
for them. Now, the married DM, I do feel some kind of way about that. Not because I'm married, not at
Mhm.
all. But my thing is, if you're so offended about married men being in your DM, why in the heck do you have them on your friend line?
Mm.
Why are they
Mm.
your friends in the first place? You
Wow.
knew they were married. I'm not saying that men who are
Uh-oh.
married should be in single women's DMs. That
Mhm.
is wrong off the bat. That should be understood off the top. Shouldn't even have to go
Mm.
there. You're wrong. Whether it's Clint, whether it's somebody else, if you're in somebody's DM and it's disrespecting, I don't care if you ain't had sex, if you ain't touched it, if your
Mm.
motives are not pure, especially if your wife don't know about it, it is deemed disrespectful
Mm.
off the
Mhm.
top. That's understood. But I get tired of seeing women do that. You're so hurt and you're so offended that married men are coming after. First off, I don't even think that many married men are coming after you.
Yeah.
Maybe they are, but my thing is, why are you accepting their friend request and you know they're married? I
Can I
it
can I can I speak
please,
on
please do.
behalf of the ladies? Let me
Yeah.
say this. I think some people take Facebook too personally. Um, when you say, why are you accepting a friend request if you know they're married? I have nearly 5,000 friends. I have 4,900 and something. I have 780 some people sitting in my friend request box.
Ooh.
Mm.
I don't know these people. I don't know a lot of these people. A lot of people on Facebook, I know. If I see a person who requests me as a friend, and Clint, you a mutual friend, LaDell, you a mutual friend, Miss Hill might be a mutual friend, I'm like, okay, there's somewhere connected with the art somewhere, and I will accept them. I don't go on their page and look and see if they married. I don't care what they do. That's their business. So I don't look at friends on Facebook as like a friend for real. Most of these people I don't even know. So if you come and you say something to me in my inbox, I honestly wouldn't know. I have had married men to hit me up in my inbox. I had one guy, he um he tried to talk to me. And this person, if I'm not mistaken, who was he? I did a choreography session for these. They were called kind of like blackberries or something. It was a little camp for black girls,
Okay.
and so I did like a choreography session for them. And so the lady who's over it, her brother requested me as a friend on Facebook. I met him at the place.
Mhm.
Didn't think about it, didn't say anything. He got in my inbox, hey, beautiful, sending me every single day. He would send me like a meme with flowers, a meme with flowers. Good morning, beautiful. I never responded.
Mm.
So he just kept doing it, kept doing. One day I had time. I went to his page, his profile picture. Well, no, his cover photo is him and his wife. Wife looked like she was good and in her 50s. I screenshot the picture and sent it to him. I said, "Ain't this your wife? Why are you in my inbox?" He blocked me.
See, Nikki, I'm gonna say this. I believe you.
Mhm.
When if you say that married men are in your inbox, I believe you. With the point I was getting at, I don't believe everybody that says men are in their inbox. Married men.
Okay.
I just think some people are lying. They are seeking attention.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So some women are not used to men talking to them. Some women are not used to the attention. And so when you hear a woman constantly, and that man tried to talk to me, and that dude, he's so crazy. He all in my inbox, and then they all on Facebook. Y'all in my a lot of times they are saying stuff just to get it to make people think that they want them, that somebody wants them, because everybody wants somebody who somebody else wants,
That's
right?
my point. That's my point.
So, and I totally get it, and I totally agree with you. You
Yeah.
know, I have had. I'm just not that woman. I've seen it all. I've had it all where people have said something to me. Not saying it arrogantly either, but what I'm saying, I don't have to get on Facebook and broadcast to the world. Who that man tried to talk to me? Now I'm gonna straighten you out right
Yeah,
here.
And that was just between y'all. I was gonna say that,
Yeah,
LaDell. That was
yeah.
between you and that dude. Now
yeah.
again, I understand frustration, but that's why I was getting it. So I'm not. I don't
Mhm,
want nobody to take it as if I'm saying that doesn't happen. I know it happens, but
mhm. And some people
when you
just
see it
messy.
like that, it's like every time you look around, somebody in your inbox that's married. Really, like really.
Everybody don't want you.
Come on, now you was at the back of the line in elementary. Stop it. Ain't nothing changed.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Right, right.
Uh,
I think some people just be messy, and
yeah,
some folks, they really do have people in their inbox, and they
I
will put
believe
you
that,
out there.
honestly.
I've seen folks who have screenshot the actual DM and posted it on Facebook and said stuff like that, and it's crazy how people are. I personally, I shut you down and just keep it pushing, and I just leave it. I don't have to embarrass you.
But you,
But yeah.
but you know what the bad thing about that is though, is that when women do that and put all this stuff out there, the men that are single that would be drawn to you because they see how messy you are, they stay away
Mhm,
from you because they
mhm,
automatically assume like, if she messy like this, I don't want to have nothing to do with her. Because I
mhm.
remember it was a lady, and it's so strange. It's like for me, it's like I don't like externally. I know a lot of guys, like the average man, they're visual, and so when they see a woman, it's sight and then pursuit. But it's
Yeah,
like it's opposite for me because it's like if I see a one, it's like I grew up around women, and so many different women, and it's like the one when I was a kid, you would be drawn to these real pretty women or whatever, and then their attitudes would be jacked up, and it's like so. And that right there, it did something to me. So now I have an assumption that if a woman, when she looking like a nice package of what I all put together, I'm like in my mind, I'm like, man, I'm not gonna say nothing to her because I got a feeling that she gonna be, that type of person. And it's
yeah,
happened so many different times. And so for men, for me, it's like I really have got to hear the conversation. I've got to really see what type of person that is. And this is a lady, she was like, we met and she did real estate, but she also did PR work. And I was looking for somebody at that point before Miriam does our stuff. I was looking for somebody to do our PR work. So the girl was advertised. And so I was talking to her. She's like, okay, well, let's meet and let's go over what you're trying to get done. And we met and we sit down and we talk. And she's like, well, I'm getting your car. I was like, okay. And she
mhm,
got in the car. And it's like, so she said, well, let me hear some of the stuff you got. Cause at this point I had some music. I was letting her hear the music and talk. And it's like the conversation, it's like it lasts for like an hour or something. So we still in the car talking. And then the girl, she said, well, you know what? She said, I'm so and so. And she told me this guy that I knew. And she said, well, he tried to talk to me, and and he married and all this type of stuff, and I can't stand him because see, it was just like I'm meeting with him, like I'm meeting with you. But the thing was, he married, and I was at his hotel room, and it was 2 a.m. He tried to talk to me. I said,
why were you there?
see, it's just
The
just
same
like
way she jumped in your car
yes, and
and want to play victim.
she said that this married man tried to talk to her and she was in his hotel room at 2 o'clock in the morning. So
And
I'm
he tried
like,
to talk to her. What is he supposed to do
So
if
she
you're a
couldn't get that
woman?
worked out during business hours.
that's what I'm saying. So going back to what Brother Clint was saying, I'm like, you telling me what this married man was doing, but I'm like, and you making it, but you're not looking at what you doing, sweetie.
Yeah.
You at this man's room, you know he got a wife. You there at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I knew then I can't have you represent me. You might have been a great PR person, but I can't deal with you because I see how messy you are. And I'm hearing the stuff that's not being said. Because why are you in his room at 2 a.m. in the morning and you saying he married?
And she's playing victim right
She is
now,
playing
like
victim. She
playing
is.
victim.
And
It's
they'll jump in your car. I want to jump in your car just so she can go to the next dude. Yeah, and I was up in his car and nah.
Yep.
Bye,
And
yeah.
at that point, I feel like, okay, this getting ready to go left field. But I
Mhm.
think, but this is our God factor because I thank God for discernment. Because I heard, even though she was talking fast, I heard everything that you just said. You said he was married, and you said you and he trying to talk to me and all this stuff, and I couldn't deal. But you in his room at the hotel room. Why are you at? Why, first of all, the guy stays here in the city. So why does he have a hotel room and he's married? And why are you in there at 2 o'clock in the morning?
You couldn't go to the house with the wife and have y'all meet her.
Hmm.
He knew what he was
Either,
doing too. Both of them was,
yeah.
and that's one of them situations where he'd be like, "It just happened, fool. You went about the wrong, swipe the card, unlock the door.
Come on,
It didn't just
man.
happen. You knew what you was doing."
That's see, that's the type of stuff I was gonna say about 20 minutes ago, man. Um, this the thing, Nikki, that gives me. I just and I'm that's what I was gonna tell you, Nikki. I'm glad you said the word shy. I said self-esteem, but that's a better word because I my self-esteem was on par. I at the time I could get shy on you.
Mhm.
But anyway, one of the things too, as far as me being shy, something I never heard before, and somebody confirmed. Well, let me say this. I was on a job and a woman told me, "You have very flirtatious eyes."
Hmm?
And I was like, "Ma'am, I just got big eyes. They just everywhere. I don't, my eyes are big by nature." So, but she was
Mhm.
like, "No, all those eyes, Clint, you got flirtatious eyes." And I'm like, okay.
Hmm.
From that moment on, LaDell, I stopped looking at people in their eyes, whether that
Wow.
was men or women. I would look towards their eyes, but I would look, and sometimes I still do it. I would look off because I don't want nobody to think that I'm flirting with them.
Hmm.
But as a man, I was always taught by my dad, you look a man in the eye and you shake his
Yeah.
hand firm.
Same,
That's
same,
anybody, white,
same,
black, male, female. You look them in the eye.
Yeah.
same.
But I still struggle with that, y'all, because I was told that. And I told somebody else, and they was like, well, Clint, that is possible. You can have flirtatious eyes. And I'm like, but the person that said I would have flirtatious eyes, I wasn't flirting with them. And they was like, well, they probably wasn't saying you're flirting with them, but maybe that's something that's being said. But I'm like, wow. So LaDell, Nikki, I've had a hard time approaching people because
Mhm.
when you approach them, you got to look at them. And when
Yeah.
you look at him, you want nobody to think, oh, he flirting with me because I have been misunderstood like that. Like you flirting with me. A woman told me that at church one time, you flirted with me. And I'm like, if
Hmm.
anything, you flirted with me first. I'm thinking because you the one laying down how you got this,
Hmm.
that in order. You a single woman. You got so I'm saying I wasn't even ready to date at the time. So I wasn't trying to flirt with you, but that offends me, man, to the point to where it's just like I don't even want to like, you keep everything. How can I say
Hmm.
this? Rough friendly with females. You just kind of
Yeah.
rough with it. What's up, Brody? And
Yeah.
you have to be like that. And I've even had times to whereas a female can flirt with me. We laugh, we talk when I was single. I flirt back, and it's like they take it like, "Well, hey, you flirting?" And it's like, wait a minute, I thought that's what we was on, and you just don't know how to take folks. So, but
Yeah.
I would lay back, Liddell. So when
Yep.
De'Ara did that, it made me comfortable because I'm like, oh, I can
Yeah.
talk to her. She's approachable. I would
Mhm.
get so shy because I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
You
don't
know,
say stop looking at people in their eyes. I feel like flirt. Okay, this is a transparent moment. Okay, since we
Mhm.
talking, I think that that's something that has to be prayed about. Like it's a spirit, a flirtatious spirit. The reason why I say that is because some years ago, when I first got in a relationship, God started playing this song in my spirit. And the song was I'm a flirt. Soon as it was I kept on I'm a flirt. And I was like, God, why are you playing that song in my spirit? And he told me, he said, you're flirtatious. And I said, me? But it wasn't intentional. It was more so of the smile and the look. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I don't even understand now. It's like I wasn't trying to. I didn't find a person attractive. I wasn't trying, but it's a spirit that's in you, not you, Clint, but just the
Right,
spirit
right,
that's somebody, a flirtatious spirit. And I know that. How can I say that? I used to always say this, like growing up as a teenager, I knew how to, if I liked a guy, I didn't shoot my shot, quote unquote, but I knew how to make them like me without even saying anything like that,
mhm,
without approaching them. Like
mhm,
we'll have a conversation and I knew the look to give, you know what I'm saying? I knew
Mhm.
the certain smile, the certain outlook, folks were like, oh, you got them little cat eyes, you got them real flirtatious eyes, and I probably look you up and down, quit playing, something like that. And God was like, you you're flirt. You no,
mhm,
he said you're flirtatious. And I was like, I didn't even realize it. I wasn't trying to do it or anything, but he brought that to my attention as soon as I got in a relationship because he didn't want that to transpire. He didn't want me to do that, being in a relationship with somebody. And I respect and I honor God so much for that. And so I just prayed and asked him to deliver me from that because I didn't even realize I had it. So I see what you're saying when you say, and I'm not the slightest bit like loose type of person, won't like ever. And I tell anybody I've never in my life had a one night stand. Y'all ain't gotta state y'all side. I'm just telling you about me. But what I'm saying is I'm just not that type of woman. So for God to say you're flirtatious, I was shocked. Do I still I look at everybody in their eyes. I feel like you should. When I was an instructor, I taught different things, medical assistant, phlebotomy, EKG technician. I taught all that stuff. So when my students would answer my question, I say, look at me. They'll answer me and they'll look down. They'll look away. I said, look at me. Look at me in my face. And I say it in a firm voice and they'll look up at me and they respect me for that. They'll look up at me and I feel like you should be. I said, that's a sign of confidence.
Mhm.
I don't care if your answer is A and the correct answer is C. I want you to be confident in the answer that you give me. I want you to be confident in the stuff that you do. So I don't feel like you should stop looking at people in their eyes. Don't, because that shows lack of confidence. That shows a sign of weakness, man or woman. And nobody knows why you're looking away, why you're looking down. But I want you personally, Clint, like just pray, God, if I do got any type of flirtatious spirits in me, just deliver me from it. Because married, unmarried, whatever, it could still be lingering. You could just be dormant. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying that you're going to flirt with somebody, but you just want that root of it to be uplifted and you to be able to look in somebody's eyes. Now, too, the person who you was looking at, who made the comment, maybe she just took it that way. Maybe she wanted to plant that seed. Maybe she wanted you to be flirting with her. Maybe she was hoping that that's what it was. Girl, don't nobody want you. Back to the end of the line.
And she did plant a seed, Nikki. What
Yeah.
you saying is on point. Because what I'll do, I'll start out, I'll look you in the eye, but as the conversation goes on, I gear off a lot.
Yeah.
I gear
Don't
off
do
a
that.
lot. So it's still a struggle. Some people I
Yeah.
can carry the conversation on with them, and I look them in the eye the whole time. But it's some people I'll look at, and if I can think I feel a funny vibe, I'm gearing off. And
I'm with it.
nowadays, I ain't even gonna say respectfully. Nowadays, you have men that look like women,
But
and you have men that look like men that really ain't
Mhm.
all man. And it's like I don't want nobody to take me, but you're right. Because I'm a man. I'm fully man.
Mhm.
I'm old school, man. I'm not with this. You do what you do, and I'm gonna quit saying respectfully because people got to respect my opinion. I'm a straight man, and I'm proud of that.
yeah,
Mhm.
Ain't no
You
coward
should
in
be.
me. You
Mhm.
just, I just, you're right, Nikki. I have to. I'm trying to get better at that. But I
Mhm.
have to admit, I still have struggles at times. But I'm
Mhm.
working on it. So this making me even more conscious, man, to keep working on that.
Mhm.
yeah.
Because it's not me to not look at people in the eye the
Mhm.
entire time we talking. You know what I'm saying? I
Enemy
feel
planting
funny when
seed.
huh?
That was the enemy planting a seed in you.
Man, nothing but, nothing
Mhm.
but. Yeah. LaDell.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. That's my last thing I'm gonna say. Um, and women, just because a guy is being nice to you, it don't mean he want to talk to you.
Right.
And I think that's one of the most biggest misconceptions. And I know, for me, I know I was talking to Brother Clint before we got on early. I was at John P. Key's VIP music in our seminar, and it was this guy. It was him and his niece. The guy was a gay guy. I knew he was gay, but still, we at the conference, the John P. Key's conference. We're all having a good time. I'm just, talking or whatever, but I'm staying in the hotel, that the convention is happening in. And so we would be out in the lobby just talking about the concert, all this type of stuff. And I'm not homophobic, nothing like that. But it's like we just talking about God and talking about the music and all this type of stuff. But I knew obviously this dude was gay. He actually looked like Carl Winslow from Family Matters. And so,
Oh.
so him and his niece, and I'm like, and so we talking, and so it gets to one of the last nights of the convention, and so he was like, "Well, man, where you from?" I told him I was from Memphis and all that, and then he was like, "Well, where you?" He said, "Well, where you staying at?" And then I said, "Well, actually, I'm staying in this hotel," and he said, "I wish you would have told me that. We could have stayed in there with you." I'm like, "Oh no, you couldn't," because he's already. It's like, and that's just me being nice to him. This dude feels like it was. I was gonna say yes if I would have told him that initially, that he could have stayed up there with me. And it's been 2 times in my life, in dating, that I was nice to a woman, and then all of a sudden, the very first girl I dated, just by me being nice to her, her friend came back and told me a day or so after. She said, "Look," she said, "It's so sweet that you and my friend dating and so and so, so and so." I said, "Huh?" And I said, "Well, I didn't want to hurt her feelings, so I said, uh, I guess we are." And that's how it is with my first girlfriend.
Wow.
I didn't want to date this girl. And,
Wow.
and and coincidentally, that's the girl who cheated with my best friend and his brother, the pastor. And I'm like, so I'm like, and now on my end, I should have stopped it there. I should have been not worried about her feelings and
Yeah.
just thinking about me and said, no, no, it ain't that. But we were real cool, and that's the only thing that kind of made me be like, and I ain't have a girlfriend, hadn't had a girlfriend, so I was like, and I'm graduating high school, and I'm like, well, I said, well, I guess so. And now I'm in a full relationship. And
Wow.
so so women, just because a man is nice to you does not mean that he wants you. I just want to put that out
Wow. Wow.
And just because, and I've had this conversation with a few guys. And we actually know the guys, but I was the only female right there. But they swore up and down that, oh man, she loved my pose, man. She want me, bro. She want me.
there.
I said, let me tell you something. I said, I love all of y'all posts. I said, I don't want now one of y'all. I don't find now one of y'all attractive. I was just being honest. But, I mean, we just being real.
Them folks in the back of the line.
Man, no, I mean, it's just not like that. Adele, when you post stuff, I love you. I never just like
Yeah.
a post. Now,
That's
if
me.
a guy, if an unknown guy, like if I post a picture and people respond, comment, oh, beautiful, beautiful, da da da. If a dude I don't know and be like, oh, you're so beautiful, I might just like it and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give you too much
Yeah.
because that category is so funny. The guys who it's like the guys who you with, if you post a picture, they ain't got too much to say on your picture. They might like it and keep scrolling. The guy who likes you a little bit, he might love it and give you a wink face or the little heart eyes. That one guy who you don't like, who you never will find attractive. Oh my God, precious queen of Zamunda. You are the
Yeah,
most beautiful,
buddy. Yeah,
refreshing,
buddy.
loving. So when them
Oh
dudes
man.
come, I might like it and keep it pushing because you don't want to extend any type of invitation. But just because somebody loves your post does
Yeah.
not mean that we're attracted to you or that we
Amen.
want
Oh my
you.
God.
You know
Amen.
what I'm saying? It does not mean it. Now I think, and this is another conversation for another day because people, I want to know, and we're gonna talk about this. I want to talk about this one day. I actually want to do a live about this. People in relationships or married people, do you have a problem with your significant other loving another woman's picture? Or if she posts a picture of herself,
Uh-oh.
she posts a picture of herself and it's pretty, do you have a problem with him loving it? Do you have a problem with him, putting a hearts or the googly eyes? Some women be like, it's just Facebook. Some women, you better not love another woman's post. You can like it,
Be a
but you
problem.
better not love it. So it's such a mixed thing. I remember my husband, and he in there, I don't care. He, this one female, he did the wow, like the, I was like, no, you didn't wow her picture. You ain't wow my picture. My thing is, you gonna give me, your woman, your significant other needs way more energy than somebody else gets.
You know
Period.
what, Nikki, I agree with you. We got to do that live because this is something that I've noticed, and somebody may say, well, you doing too much when I say this statement,
Mm.
but I've had guys that are like, I feel like they my dudes. We real close. They know what our ministry is. They know what we doing, and I feel like we had a great bond. But I've had guys that didn't, and it's like it's some particular females. I, I can't give too many clues out, but some
Mhm.
particular females on here. I know them, they know them, and these guys are married dudes. But the thing is, we boys. But I put up some of the greatest things in the world as it relates to saving our youth and all the stuff that's happening. They will not. I never. And I'll go to their stuff, and I'm like you. I put the heart on their stuff, everything that they doing, because I love it from the heart as a brother, and I'm gonna support you. But I look. I don't ever see their name on there. I don't ever see no hearts on there supporting none we doing. But then all of a sudden, a woman, these particular females with their behinds out or whatever, and these guys are pastors of churches. It's hearts on there and all
Mhm.
types of stuff. And then I say, let me look at their wife's thing. I go and look at their wife. I know I'm being messy with this. But I go and look at their white post, and I don't see their name on there. I don't see no like. I
Wow.
don't see. I said, "Oh man!"
Yeah.
Wow.
So not
Yep.
only so your boy don't get no love, but your wife shows she ain't getting no love. But this lady over here, that's single with a big behind,
Yep.
she getting all your hearts.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm
Ooh, that could start a lot of,
I want to know. I want to know how people feel because some people, and then a lot of times, a man, their first go to is, "Oh, you insecure." They gonna shut up with that because that has nothing to do,
no,
absolutely nothing to do with
no,
being
no.
insecure.
I
It's
did
not.
not know until De'Ara told me that loving a post helps your algorithms.
Uh-huh.
That helps. Me, I'm doing that, and I'm telling people I love them. I just do that, man, because if I do, I
Mhm.
do.
Mhm.
But no, Nikki, you're right, and LaDell, you're right. Man, I can't even add to that, man. It's respect is respect. You have to be
Mhm.
careful of what you're doing because I've seen some women's posts to where it looks presentable. I love
mm,
it, but I've seen it to where it's questionable, and I don't say nothing. I keep scrolling.
Mhm.
mhm.
But because I don't want that one back there in that bed right now getting
But
upset with me over nothing
Some
like that.
people take it the wrong way. Oh, he married and he
Exactly.
loving my post. Where his wife at? Because it's a big deal to some people, and I understand the algorithm. And as long as you and your wife got to understand it, that's all that freaking
Yeah, yeah,
matters,
yeah, yeah,
honestly.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But and still, it makes, like I was saying, like I told Sean before, I said it makes me look dumb. I'm getting probably a like here or there, or and then these other people, oh, y'all look so beautiful. Y'all, the heck? No, you gonna give me, I should be, honestly, as somebody's spouse or significant other, they're the one that needs to be placed on the pedestal. I don't mind. Now, I honestly don't mind you complimenting somebody in a respectful way. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? It doesn't bother me at all. But it's just how certain people do things. People say, "Oh, Facebook ruin relationships." No, the users of
yeah,
Facebook ruin
People, oh
relationships.
my God.
there
Oh
you
my
go.
It's
God.
how you conduct yourself within your relationship, that dictates the health of the relationship. So, Yeah, that's something I want to talk about on live.
We
That's something
will.
I think we need to,
Hey,
because you
for
just said
real.
it. You just said it. I purposely, if I see a woman half naked or something on there, I do not like. I don't put nothing on there. I don't say nothing, because the thing about it is that makes me feel I feel like I'm perverted. If I see somebody and I'm clicking some hearts and putting on it, I'm like, no,
Mhm.
I don't even want my kids in my team that watch me, and we Facebook friends, some of the same people. I don't want to put nothing on there it's gonna make somebody say, "What you doing?"
Mhm.
Because if obviously the picture is inappropriate, and there are some things that are inappropriate. I know people, and there's we free and free. There are some things that are, let's just be honest, that are inappropriate.
Oh yeah.
And we just gonna have to be honest with that, because now you
Yeah.
wonder why somebody in your inbox, well, it's all about the presentation.
Yep.
You
It
put it
is.
out
Yeah.
there like it was a certain type of package, and that's what they,
Mhm.
come on.
Man, y'all on it, man. And that's gonna be a good one. That can't just be a podcast. Like Nikki said, we gotta take that live.
Maybe we can do
Um,
that when we all link together Wednesday.
that's cool. That's
There you go.
cool. Which is tomorrow. So that's
No, it
cool.
ain't.
Yes, it
Tomorrow
is.
too.
So today Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Why?
We're
Because
gonna
it's
hear all that.
It's 12 o'clock.
The
oh,
transition over into a whole.
I'm like, wait, tomorrow Wednesday. Don't tell me that. Please
I
don't.
just so happen to look at the time because man, we having so much fun on this episode, man. It just went by, which I'm cool with. But no, that's gonna be an excellent one. As a matter of fact, to put that on there before we even get started, like a day before, man, people go join in on that one.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I'm glad. I'm gonna say this, and I want y'all to end it, but I have to say this. Um, I remember at a time. Now think about it, man. I worked at call center. Call center is like 85% female. I played basketball,
Mhm.
so I've been around the cheerleaders, majorettes. I've been on the job where
Mhm.
people are, they dress a certain way. Um, you know, men know what to do.
Mhm.
As far as dressing a little different than they left the house, and women do too. They might take another button down than what
Yeah.
their husband saw, their man saw.
Mm,
So I said all that to say this. Those were two worlds that I experienced that people were very open with, conversations, touching, all of that. And I've heard women say, which shocked me,
Mm.
they talk just like we did.
mm.
I've heard women have locker room talks like we do. Like, yeah, like, oh, I hit him. Oh, yeah, I had that. Or I like, hold up. Like, are
Whoa.
you serious, y'all? So one reason why I try not to put myself in a predicament like that is because I don't want to be spoken of in that way.
Mhm.
Mm,
Um, there was a gentleman. Well, no, I'm not even gonna say a gentleman. Um, there was somebody that came to my wife
Mhm.
that she knew, she was cool with, and he was gonna put her up on game on what he heard about me from his friend that
Mhm.
I used to go with. So basically, he telling her, "Hey, from what I understand, dude, he didn't have his stuff together, stay with his folks, and he didn't have no money or whatever, so he was freeloading." And I'm like, man, none of that true. He ain't had no car. And I'm like, man, I had two of them.
Mhm.
So it was just, I don't know what that was about. But
Mhm.
the last part, which had De'Ara tripping, he don't cheat though. And I told her, I said, so she
Mhm.
was like, so what you got it for? Because he ain't freeloading off me. And I'm like, I ain't freeloading off her. If I'm saying I'm gonna pay for something, or she volunteered to do something, and she, is adamant about, hey, I want to do this for you. Okay, cool. Okay. But freeload, that was never me, man. I ain't no freeload dude. But anyway, um, just to know that my reputation had flipped because I remember when I didn't have a good reputation
Mhm.
in the workplace. And I had got to the point, y'all, just being transparent, and I can't go into all the detail, but I'm gonna say this. By the
Mhm.
time I got to this call center, I wasn't caring because I had just found out some things that had happened to me.
Mhm.
And I wasn't caring. I wasn't caring. I was mad for years of what I had just found out. And I'm like,
mm.
that has got to be one of the most disrespectful things that can be done to a man. anybody. And anyway, I was just glad to hear that part. He don't cheat. So I have a reputation now.
Yeah.
Dude don't cheat, you know. And I haven't had any issues with anybody in my inbox. I'm being honest. Nobody trying to get at me. So I feel good about that part. But Nikki, that is going to be one of the top subjects that we've
Mhm.
ever had. Because people, and I'm going to ask that question. For you women who get so tired of men, married men being in your inbox,
Mhm.
it's crazy that married men can see you twerking just like the single. I just really feel like if stuff bothers you that much, just have a single page where ain't nothing but single
That's
folk.
a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, that's another one. But anyway,
That's because
y'all.
I got one in the back of my head that we're gonna talk about one of these days soon. Because I saw a post where they show all the basketball players' wives, and 98% of them were white. I just want to know why we help y'all come up, and then when
Mm-mm.
y'all come up, y'all
Oh,
throw it.
that's gonna be a good one.
Oh
That's
yeah,
gonna
I
be a
need
good
to
one.
know. But anyway, yeah.
Nikki, we're gonna talk right after this episode, but for those that are tuning in, this is Nikki Dance Angel, LaDell Beeman, and Clint Speaks, and we're out, y'all.